Well, I started doing pottery because I worked for years as an addictions counselor, actually, and I did a lot of work with the left side of my brain, and I had to do something. I really felt like I was off balance a lot of the time, so this gives me a creative outlet.
For me, what pottery represents is a way for me to de-stress. And I've loved it for over a decade, just coming and putting my hands in dirt and basically just enjoying whatever comes of it.
See that centering? A year. It took me a year.
There's so many things. It's like the clay is alive.
So
because when we look at a piece of pottery, it's like a person, and we talk about, you know, shoulders and the curves, and the whole thing is like a living piece.
So it's not a totally inanimate object, and it's a relationship that you develop with the earth. And along the way, it takes you sometimes on a voyage where you're not expecting it.
The other day, I brought in a teapot. One of the new gals came in and she said, you know that handle, she said, if you just had it this different curve, it would have just enhanced the shape of the teapot. And I thought, I never thought, well, first of all, I was offended. How dare she criticize my work? But then I thought, I never thought about that. And it's about standing back and looking at it and making it into something else.
And I remember one day coming in here, totally frustrated, having a really bad week, thinking, I just have to get my hands on clay, like I'm going crazy. And I thought I had a plan. I'm going to put these in a square pattern. But I was just all over the place, obviously not centered because I was stressed. And about 3 hours later, I came up with 2 elephants and no boxes. And I never do animals, but it was just funny that sometimes the process leads you to something totally unexpected.
This, you know, you never know where your pottery is going to take you or where your craft is going to take you. My husband died in January, and he was the love of my life, and I thought, you know, I wondered what I could do for him. So I made his urn. And I know he would have loved that. And it was such a satisfaction to be able to give him his final home, you know. So, you know, I never thought forever that I would be doing those kinds of things. So I've incorporated it in other areas of my life. And I think that's what it's done for me.
It's exciting. It's like you're, to be metaphorical, you're giving birth to a piece, to something. And you have had a lot to do with it, but really you're co-creating with the kiln and the clay. It's beautiful and perfect when you put it in the kiln as a shape, but sometimes it will actually deform and slant just to one side. So you decide, you know, can you make something else with that? Can it become part of the piece? You really learn to work with life's flow and to accept certain things.
Just like any art, knowing when to leave it alone and say, okay, that's it, done.
I had to learn, like every piece that I made in the beginning, I wanted to keep it, no matter how bad it looked. But I've learned since then that sometimes I needed to let go of things. And I think that's helped me to know that it's not the end of the world when somebody walks away.